Order assigned. Keep on keeping up.
Kia ora whānau, Jimmy here, and you're watching Jimmy Games NZ. Thanks for joining me. And we are playing Death Stranding by Kojima Productions, directed by Hideo Kojima, the legendary Hideo Kojima, starring Norman Reedus. Now, this game's been going nuts all over the internet, mainly because A, nobody knows what it is, and B, it should be a legendary game, and it's getting like reviews randomly all over the place. But just to first start off, this is pretty much a mission I'm doing, and I'm kind of fast forwarding bits and pieces of the game. This is roughly about just over 7.5 hours into the game. If you've from what you've heard of the game, it's probably correct, but I just wanted to show you kind of through this mission. I thought it was a good example of kind of a small taste of what the game is. So there's a few moments where I'll fast forward it. And just add in commentary. If I'm getting a lot of comments and a lot of people asking me what the hell is this game, and the best / simplest way I can really explain it is it's a game about the journey and not the destination. But there's so much more to it, so I just wanted to show off a bit of footage here. I'm on the way to a destination, so a lot of people are saying that it's a courier game. It's pretty much is. But I'm really enjoying it though. I'm really enjoying it. It's not your classic video game, but I wanted to show off a bit of stuff like weather effects, things like that. So. A game being about the journey and not the destination. It's about, I guess, it's very atmospheric, and I'm enjoying just the kind of serenity of this game. It's a lot of fun. It's not for everybody, I can see, and especially like if you're into your action games, it's got its action, but it's not full of this action. But anyway, basically you're a courier, you're trying to get to your destination, and then along the way you can find packages that people have dropped or lost or whatever, and you can actually pick those up and drop them off to these post box over here. Now, obviously you can only carry so much, but basically to try and help people out, or what you can do is that we can over encumbered here, but because that post box is there, you can actually get rid of some of that stuff. And because it's some of the stuff that you have on your back is lost deliveries of other couriers, I guess. And what you can do is you can put them in these post box, and those are actually set by other players online. Everybody's all kind of connected. It's a game of connection, which is a really cool way. I'm finding it really interesting. So if you trip over and lose a box, somebody might be able to pick it up and put it in the post box, and you might actually find it down the way. Or people will put up signs or let you know, hey, danger ahead. Just going on about that rain before. So what that rain does is that it actually deteriorates your packages, makes them rust down. But it has, for some reason, the rain has the properties of speeding up time. So if it touches your skin, you turn old. So same thing with your, the reason why you're not turning old there is because you're wearing protective gear, raincoats and stuff like that. So you can pick up lost gear, people may drop it, or because you're going uphill, it's a bit of a slow slog. So you have to drop stuff every now and again. But here's another, I don't think that one's left down by a player, but that's by, I think that one, some of them are set by the games and some are set by other online players, thus being all connected in a great circle of life. So it's cool, and plus if you don't leave it for somebody, you can actually keep it in a private locker. You can come back for it later, if you know that you're going to be coming back through the area. So kind of my idea was to kind of grab everything I could see and then kind of put it in those post boxes and then continue on my journey. The game is very slow, but I'm enjoying its pace. Again, 7 hours in, I don't know how I might feel after 10-15 hours, but a lot of uphill, downhill, and with the controller you kind of have to keep your balance by using the L2, R2 buttons. So it's kind of set in a post-apocalyptic world, if you haven't seen the reviews and all that stuff already. But in terms of action, so they have these ghostly figures called BTs, that randomly come out of nowhere, usually when it's raining. I haven't quite figured out why they're here or what they do, and then there's a little scanning button to kind of figure out. And you use, there's a sensor attached to your shoulder that kind of finds where they are. Now they are invisible, they are kind of like ghosts, but and it kind of points out where they are. I wouldn't say it's very scary. I'm not finding it very scary, but it just kind of brings in that kind of stealth element that instead of just running around everywhere, you kind of have to pick and choose where you go, and kind of makes things a bit more intense, which is a lot of fun. But it's kind of another obstacle that you come across as you're trying to get to your destination. But as you can see, if you see the rain is affecting my packaging there, and it's causing it to rust. And those are the BTs there. They're not very smart, so you can actually like walk right by them. You just have to be careful. You have to be crouched to kind of be quiet and stuff like that. But you can see them very briefly, and then they disappear. So then you have to rely on your sensor on your left shoulder there, and it kind of changes color coding the closer it is to you. Now there's a baby on your chest called BB, and the BB has the ability to be able to find these BTs. So basically you have to kind of figure out your way through to get past them by dodging them. As you can see, if it gets a bit quicker, a bit faster, you kind of have to get out of there as soon as. But this game is looking gorgeous. It's really cool. It's different. It's still hard to explain, even though playing the game. I'm really enjoying it though. It's a lot of fun, and there's a lot of people that don't. It's really interesting, all the different reviews out there that have even scared off people not playing the game. IGN gave it a 6.5, I believe. IGN America, sorry. Japan gave it a 10, I think, and Russia gave it a 9.5. And reviews have been all over the place. You either really hate it or really love it. I'm really enjoying it, but I'm enjoying that it's something different, and but in some cases, if you're not a person that has a lot of patience, I guess in the stealth genre or the hide and seek genre, I think Splinter Cell, Metal Gear, maybe this game's not for you, but it's just, I just think it's really cool. It's very atmospheric. I like what I have accomplished in the time. So like, it was kind of 7 hours of playing this game. It felt like maybe about 4. And I felt like I got a lot accomplished. In the far distance to the left there, you can see that's my destination, so I'm almost there. But also, this is kind of one of the more dense areas with rocks and stuff like that. Kind of keeps in the way, trying to get past these BTs and stuff. Now, they come up randomly. But you can see that I've been out in the rain for so long now, the packages have rusted real bad. You kind of lose points on losing those packages. But this was probably the more intense kind of BT run. I've actually found them really easy to avoid. And not because they're your typical enemy where they see you and they just chase you. These ones you kind of have to avoid them on a different plane. But it's when they appear, I can see where they are, and then when they disappear, you kind of have to remember where they are or rely on your sensor. Now this is quite a dense BT area, and I'm just trying to figure out ways to get around them. If they get too close, you have to hold your breath. You kind of see there. And this was actually the first time I got caught. So I found this really interesting. It doesn't really explain why they're doing this. But I almost got away there. Almost got away. But no, these little plastic black goo. I managed to drag them down. You just get dragged through this and stuff. And that thing just comes out of nowhere. It's like a dolphin slash octopus kind of thing. Now here I was trying to look, I had unlocked some grenades, and I was trying to bloody look for them, and I don't think I had them equipped at the time. Well, I was still getting used to how the inventory system works, and I think I actually had them attached to my backpack, but I didn't realize at the time that I had to switch it over. But I wouldn't say that this was really a boss fight. I didn't know if I could fight this thing or not, so I just ended up gapping it and just running. At the moment, at this time, I didn't really have any weaponry, bar grenades, which I hadn't even used yet. They kind of give you an idea, it's like, oh hey, test these out on the BT, but I was mainly avoiding them, trying not to use them at all. And they even say that the grenades that you get given to take them out are in an experimental stage because they can't fight these BTs. Bit of a story game, but not a hell of a lot is explained to you. I don't know. It's weirdly fascinating, and again, it's like the fifth time I said I'm enjoying how it was. But anyway, so that was kind of my first. I didn't know I could just kind of leave that area. I managed to get out, covered in shit, but I wanted to kind of regroup because I was low on stamina, and my BB. The BB kind of is your sensory to be able to sense the BTs, so you kind of have to keep its stamina up as well, or kind of keep it happy. So it's a cool kind of cool mechanic of having to look after a companion. Yeah, this spit. I'm not shaking the baby, but like you can see that the rain stopped now and has really affected my cargo. So I think I was still looking for. There's a spray that you can use to kind of repair your rusted cargo, and I managed to get some of it done, but I didn't have enough spray for the whole thing. But kind of used this time after fighting that BT or whatever the hell that thing was to kind of regroup. I wasn't too sure if they hung around later on or not. Another cool thing about this is that they don't actually have proper paths in the game. You just kind of go where you can, so you kind of find yourself looking for pathways and easier ways. You're using the L2, R2 to kind of keep yourself upright, keeping your weight. As soon as you turn, you just kind of have to keep everything up. And this is the destination. We need to deliver that stuff on my backpack. Now this game is looking freaking awesome. Real good, real pretentious. And I'm still unsure how to explain this game. It's just a lot of fun. I am enjoying it. I'm enjoying how different it is. And it's flipping nuts. And I love that Hideo Kojima just went ham and just did what he wanted. Whatever he wanted, using Hollywood actors, which has been still really cool. 7 hours in, it only feels like I've been 4 hours in. Still feels like the beginning of the game. Feels like it's still got a lot more to go. But I'm really enjoying this. I'm really enjoying this. I would recommend it. Give it a go. If you're not into slower paced games, everybody's calling this a walking simulator. This probably is that, but it's weirdly addictive and heaps of fun. But I don't know. I can't force you to play it. But let me know what you think. I'm enjoying it. See how weird this game gets. But again, it's a lot of fun. I would recommend it. Give it a go. It's something new, something different. If you don't get it now, then maybe when it gets cheaper. But I think it's definitely going to be one of those games that staples itself in video game history of a new genre of game, I think. But anyway, what do you think? Have you played it yet? Are you going to play it? What do you reckon? If you did like this, press that like button. If you haven't already, consider subscribing. My name's Jimmy, and you're watching Jimmy Games and Ed. Thanks for joining me.
It was her that put us in charge of the wind farm. I was with the group bringing up the rear while Amelie led the way.